Shalom, Shalom. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, Brakatham. The honors to the others and apostles, great men so. So we're back once again with a live camp. In all places to Yahweh, Hashem Yahushua, Hashem Kakmadash. The honors to the others and apostles, great men so. Right? Because eventually the famine of the world is going to come. As prophesied in the book of Joel, Amos chapter 8, it says what? Most High God is going to bring a great accusation via Esau Edom. Right? The word is going to be illegal to preach the Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai and the holy prophets. Right? Which is why the Most High God said that what? Seek him while he still may be found. You call upon his name, time to his trouble. Right? So when we get started, right, the live camp, all praises, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Right? And we're gonna get right to it. So that great accusation is coming, like I said. And eventually, right, Esau is going to come with these laws, right, to make it illegal to preach the word, right? So you're not going to have us always on the highways and byways prophesying, right? So let's get right into it. All right, Shalom, Shalom. Before I get started, giving all honor and glory to Yahweh, B'Shem Yahushua, B'Shem Kakmadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone. We are the Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks of. Where you're prophesying to so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, which are Israelites according to the Holy Bible. Where you're prophesying the downfall of America, Babylon the Great. Also known spiritually as Sodom and Egypt. We're prophesying the coming of the RFID chip. Revelation 13 and 16 says he calls it both small and great, rich and poor, to receive a mark in the right hand and in the forehead. We're giving you the Most High God's name. It is Yahweh. It's not Jehovah. It's not Yahuwah. His name is Yahweh. B'Shem means in the name, in the ancient Hebrew tongue, Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach, so you call Jesus Christ. We're out here prophesying to so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, which are Israelites according to the Holy Bible. Revelation 13 and 16 says he calls it both small and great, rich and poor, to receive a mark in their right hand and in their forehead. World War III is coming to America, Babylon the Great. Martial law, FEMA camps, world economic collapse, central bank, digital currencies. The Most High God has called the remnant of his people to seek his word while he still may be found. Esau Edom is the so-called white man according to the Holy Bible. We are giving you the nationality of God's chosen people, which are you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, which are the Israelites according to the Holy Bible. We're giving you the ancient names, the names that the Most High God has called us, which is Israelites, the promise according to the seed, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, which is our descendancy. We are the children of the prophets. We are not prophesying Christianity, Catholicism. We're giving you the 100% knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that has been hidden for over 2,000 years according to the Holy Bible. Great Millstone, Hebrew Israelite camp, is giving you the 100% truth. These things are written to come to pass, and we're giving you the volume of the book. Things about World War III, martial law, things like FEMA camps and the Holy Bible, the guillotines, which, if we live to see the day of Yahweh Shai Hamashiach, the so-called white man, is going to set up guillotines, chipping stations in America, Babylon the Great. The remnant will return to the Most High God in righteousness and in truth, prophesied in these last days. These are things that are written to come to pass according to the Holy Bible. That's Great Millstone, Hebrew Israelite Camp. So while we're giving you the focal points of prophecy, which is the RFID chip, the coming of martial law, things like FEMA camps in the Holy Bible, we have other camps like Sakari, IUIC, ISUPK, contending about endless strivings of the law, contending about things that do not profit. Just like the apostles of old, when they were with Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach, who you call Jesus Christ, they contended about who was the greatest, who was the least in the kingdom of heaven. Which is why Deacon Kaka of Sakari, he said that you have to keep the law, and unless you don't keep the law, you're not going to be saved. But we have grace, which is why Apostle Paul spoke about the Gentiles being in these idol temples, eating defiled food, unclean food, like shrimp, crab, and lobster. So this is what we're giving our people, 100% truth. Great Millstone, Hebrew Israelite Camp, prophesying in the name of the Most High God, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach is who you call Jesus Christ. His name is not Jehovah, it is not Yahuwah, it's Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. That's Great Millstone, Hebrew Israelite Camp. The RFID chip is the mark of the beast. Jacob's trouble is coming. World economic collapse, World War III, martial law, FEMA camps. 2/3 of you so-called Black, Hispanic, Native Americans will be coerced into taking the RFID chip. You're going to perish in the time of martial law. Daniel chapter 12 says that there's going to be a time which has not been since the foundation of the world. That's Daniel chapter 12, Jeremiah chapter 32, and so on and so forth. So this is what these other camps, they're pushing their gimmicks, they're pushing their lies. We have the heathens attempting to stop the words of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. But the word has to go out, because the Most High God said that just like the rain falls on the earth, so it does not return, so will my words be fulfilled. Which is what? 2/3 taking the RFID chip. Martial law coming to pass, FEMA camps. That's Great Millstone, Hebrew Israelite Camp. These are the 12 tribes of Israel today. Tribe of Judah, which are the so-called African Americans today. Tribe of Benjamin, they are the West Indians today. The tribe of Levi, the so-called Haitians. Simeon, the so-called Dominicans. Zebulon from Guatemala to Panama, also known as the ancient Mayans. Ephraim, the so-called Puerto Ricans, also known as the Taino Indians, indigenous Taino Indians. Manasseh, the so-called Cubans. Gad, the North American Indians. Reuben, they are the Seminole Indians. Naphtali, from Argentina to Chile, also known as the ancient, or Asher, from Colombia to Uruguay, also known as the ancient Incas. Issachar, they are the so-called Mexicans today. Isaac had 2 sons that fought in the womb of their wife Rebekah. One was Jacob, which are the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans. Jacob's name was changed to Israel. Esau, Edom, Genesis 25 and 25, says that he came out all red like a hairy garment. This is the so-called white man today, the oppressor, the Spaniard. They are the same people. They have raped, robbed, and murdered the earth, pillaged the earth, removed the boundaries. Scriptures say that they call their lands after their own names. The Book of Psalms, which is why America is called America. named after the so-called white man, Amerigo Vespucci. America also means bitter, which is a Hebrew word, amar, in Spanish, amargo, which means bitter. Why? Because this is the land in which the Israelites would be subjugated and return to the Most High God in the latter days, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. That's Great Millstone, Hebrew Israelite camp. It is giving you the 100% truth. So this is what these other camps are not doing, dividing the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, in righteousness and in truth. They're saying, like the Sakari camp, that Paul the Apostle said you can eat foods offered unto idols. You have things like ISUPK having lavish Passovers when it was never about the lavish Passovers. Who has the most fringes? Who has the purplest garment? It's about receiving the prophecies that will come to pass in these latter days. The coming of the RFID chip, martial law, FEMA camps, World War III, world economic collapse, central bank, digital currencies. Great Millstone, Hebrew Israelite camp, is giving you the 100% truth. IUIC, ISUPK, Sakari, these are what you call 501c3 tax exempt pastures, false pastures, like your Christian Catholic pastor. They're not giving you man-made Christianity, Catholicism. They're giving you the 100% truth, things that will come to pass. World War III, martial law, FEMA camps, Ezekiel chapter 38, Gog and Magog, the day of the Lord, be prepared. Like it says in the book of Malachi, that the day of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, shall burn as an oven via thermonuclear fire. World War III will come to pass. Martial law, FEMA camps. So while these other camps are striving about endless contentions of the law, genealogies, we're giving you the true understanding that is going out via the highways and byways, Matthew 20:29, via YouTube, doing these sit-down lessons, prophesying, and until the end is made manifest. So this was Deacon Hakan said from Sakari. He said, Paul the Apostle said you can eat foods offered unto idols. That the New Testament, Paul's writings, basically that they contradict themselves, because there was a council in Jerusalem which they said to abstain from blood, from foods offered unto idols, and so on and so forth. So 2/3 will not have faith in the days. 2/3 don't understand how the council of the Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai works. Because if the Most High wanted to off you, you would have done it by now. But 2/3 have no faith. They're not seeking the words of the Most High God in these latter days. They don't know things about the RFID chip, being the mark of the beast, martial law, FEMA camps. So who can but prophesy? That's Great Millstone, Hebrew Israelite camp. That is giving you the 100% understanding that is going out in these last days. So the Council of Jerusalem said, do not eat foods sacrificed unto idols. That's talking about willfully sinning. Paul the Apostle said that if your brother sits in the idol's temple and he knows that that is wrong, then don't eat it. The point is that the body was supposed to edify one another. Do not eat foods sacrificed unto idols. Do not follow after the pagan Roman customs, which we are in Rome all over again. Paul the Apostle said, what's sold in the shambles, eat it without question. That was not talking about unclean foods. That was talking about lawful foods. Paul the Apostle did not contradict himself. He was talking about the Gentiles, which were the same nation, of the nation of Israel, sitting in the idol's temple and partaking in idolatry and in the worship of false gods, which you see today in the form of Easter, Christmas, the worship of false gods. Which is why the book of Revelation says that they have the doctrine of Balaam. Balaam was sent as a stumbling block, which is what you see in these last days. Fear being used as a weapon, false flag events. Which is why it says, Psalms 83, that they have conspired to cut us off from being a nation. The so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, which are Israelites, according to the Holy Bible. The tabernacles of Edom, which is the so-called white man. Moab, the so-called Chinese. Ammon, the so-called Japanese. These are the ancient names. The Hagarenes, which are Hamites, which is Noah had 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Ham is the so-called Africans today, not the Negroes. Japheth are the so-called Polynesians, the Hawaiians, the real Greeks, the original Greeks. But the so-called white man went, took their land, and took their customs like he does today. This is how America was built, off the backs of the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans. Gray Mill Stone, Hebrew Israelite Camp is giving you the 100% truth. We're telling you about the coming of martial law, FEMA camps, World War III, World Economic Collapse, central bank, digital currencies. All these things that are written to come to pass, thus saith the Holy Bible. We are in America, Babylon the Great. Most High God is going to bring World War III via Gog and Magog, Ezekiel chapter 38, Jeremiah chapter 49. Says the least of the flock will draw them out, meaning that conflict in the land of Israel will escalate and ultimately lead to World War III. The small hats and the Palestinians having conflict amongst each other. Which the real Palestinians, they were actually of the sons of Ham. So this is what the so-called white man pushes in America, Babylon the Great. Confusion. Sets up these false camps. Gives them a 501c3 contract, which gives them the ability to manipulate and alter the doctrine of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. When Yahweh Shai HaMashiach said, the doctrine is not of me, but of the Most High God. You'll know of the doctrine if you seek the words of the Holy Bible, Revelation 1 and 3. Blessed is he that readeth and keepeth the words of this prophecy, because the time is at hand. The time is at hand to seek the words of the Most High God and understand the prophecies and the things that are written to come to pass. So no, we're not contending about who's the least, who's the greatest in the kingdom. We have other matters to take care of, like clearing up these misconceptions that these other camps are setting up amongst the nation of Israel. Food offered unto idols, things sold in the shambles. You go to the so-called Chinaman's shop, and what do you see? You see a statue of Buddha, you see idols set up, but you can purchase lawful food. There's no actual law that says that eating something is what defiles you. And it was always about the bringing in of a better hope. You're not supposed to serve idols. This is what Paul the Apostle is doing, weaning the Gentiles off the word, on the word, by the words of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, Wabrakah Kodash. So this is what we're prophesying in these latter days to the remnant of the nation of Israel, that will understand these things that are written to come to pass. Prophesying things about World War III, martial law, FEMA camps, world economic collapse, central bank, digital currencies. That's Great Mill Stone, Hebrew Israelite camp, that is giving you 100% truth in these last days. Shai will bring you this far. We're not supposed to think. So Matthew chapter 5 says that there's an order, the least, the greatest. Unless your righteousness exceeds the righteousness of the Pharisees, you shall in no wise enter into the kingdom of heaven. Meaning we're justified in our sayings. There's many other sayings that went over the heads of these reprobates. Now the Lord may have mercy on Deacon Hakai, on Bishop Nathaniel from IUIC. Maybe he'll put it in the mind of Esau to take him to the FEMA camp and put him to death there, or gas him up in a goddamn gas chamber, and then he'll be brought up in the chariots in the resurrection. So we're not striving about those type of things. We're dividing the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai as it is written. Hosea chapter 14, verse 2. Hosea 14 and 2. Take you words, turn to the Lord, say unto him, take away all iniquity and receive us graciously, so we will render the cows of our lips, not carnal ordinances. Sacrifice. It was never about the sacrifices. It was about like Yahweh Hashem Yahushai spoke in the book of Psalms. I believe that's Psalm chapter 8, that through babes he's going to perfect his praise. Meaning via unlearned men, starting with elders and apostles, Great Millstone, Hebrew Israelite camp, Elder Apostle Bahar, Elder Gabar, Elder Rakai, Bishop Zachariah, Apostle Ramlab, men that have been laboring decades upon decades, telling you about the RFID chip, coming to martial law, FEMA camps, World War III, World Economic Collapse, Central Bank Digital Currencies. That's Great Millstone, Hebrew Israelite camp, that is giving you 100% understanding that is going out in these last days. Prophesying the end, and the end is made manifest. Most High God also said that I thought that I was altogether like one as yourself, but I will set them in order before your eyes. Meaning those that are prophesying the volume of the book are able to give that understanding plain and clear, precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little, as Holy Bible is to be written and understood. Old Testament, New Testament, going into the Hebrew, going into the Greek, breaking down the meaning of 666, Chi Psi Sigma, which is the number of the beast, which is the number of a man. Isaiah chapter 14, the man that is as destruction. Lucifer, it's talking about the wisdom that the so-called white man has on the left-hand side to produce weapons for his armies, to produce his technology and his ability to alter the Lord's creation. And so on and so forth.
Papi, no soy esa, papi. Bueno, papi. Papi, papi, help my foot out, papi. Bye, guys.
Alright, so we're back. Glory to Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Hakadash, the waters, the others, the apostles, very much so. It's a lot here. Savior is trying to into the camp, right? Right to the Spirit of the Lord. Lord willing, we can continue bringing out this truth, right? Timothy 4:15. Meditate upon these things. Give thyself wholly to them, that thy profiting may appear to all. Take heed to thyself, and understand, and unto the doctrine, continue in them. For doing this, thou shalt both save thyself, and them that hear thee. That doctrine, like I said, is of Yahweh. Bashim Yahushua is not of man. Things like what? The coming of the RFID chip, martial law, FEMA camps, World War III, world economic collapse, central bank digital currencies. We are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. Great millstone, Hebrew Israelite camp. Let's give you the 100% truth. World War III is coming. Martial law, FEMA camps. All these things are written to come to pass. Thus saith the Holy Bible. 12 tribes of Israel, which consists of you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans. The Most High God bringing great grand here in America, Babylon the Great, these last days. The Most High God, his name is Yahweh. It's not Jehovah, it's not Yahuwah, it's Yahweh, Hashem. He's in the name, the ancient Hebrew tongue, Yahweh Shai, Amashayach, as we call Jesus Christ. So again, recently we went into the Chi Psi stigma, which represents the number of the beast, 666. Chi, which goes into the word Christos, meaning anointed, which the so-called white man has a priesthood on the left-hand side, working in the background to throw enchantments at Jake. 2/3 of our people, like it says in the book of Isaiah, that they will seek to those that have familiar spirits, to the babblers, to the diviners. But the Most High God is showing us the understanding which is going forth, starting with our elders and apostles of Great Millstone. So they have the priesthood on the left-hand side. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 speaks about the same thing. The man of perdition be revealed. The mystery of iniquity, that mystery is now being declared as truth. The book of Revelation, 3 spirits that are unclean. One came out of the dragon, which is NATO in EU. One came out of the beast that's going into Esau Edom's technology. Via his armies, he's going to implement the RFID chip. And another one is the Vatican, which pushes, which from the Vatican came things like Christianity, Catholicism, Islam, all these things that are pushed upon you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans. But the scriptures say that thou none shall want her mate, meaning all you need is in the Holy Bible, King James 16:11, with the Apocrypha. So that unclean spirit, the Chi, which represents 600, the Christos, which is a Greek word for Christ. Christ is a title. It's not his name, like IUIC says, Most High in Christ. Cyrus is called Christ. The Levitical priests were called Christ, Mashayach, which is the Hebrew equivalent of anointed. So those are 3 unclean spirits. Chi, Psi, stigma. Psi goes into what? Pseudoscience, psychology, false doctrines. But you can precept that with the false prophet, which is the Vatican, which is where all these philosophies are pushed by the so-called white man in America, Babylon the Great. Psi goes into psychology because via the means of propaganda, fear tactics, the so-called white man is going to push confusion, more lies, more deception. Which 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 says with what? With power, meaning the military, signs, lying wonders, because the internet is a sign. It's a miracle that you can talk to someone on the other side of the earth with something that can fit in your hand. Sigma means it goes into the how they stamped the ancient Romans with their brands. It's like a brand. Logos have our brands. Jake loves to wear brand name clothes, but that's not what it's talking about. It's talking about both small and great, rich and poor receiving it. And you still see it in other philosophies, which is how he's going to cause both small and great, rich and poor. It's basically a stamp, like they did. It goes back to the ancient Romans. They would stamp themselves with the icons of their gods, which is stigma. That's what it goes into. That is the number of the man, which is 666. The beast, which is a man. So you have the power. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, signs, mighty wonders. The false prophet, which is the Vatican, Christianity, Catholicism, Islam, the philosophies of men. The Vatican is the same as the signs, because via the internet, via YouTube, via false flag events, pop culture, messages being sent, and there's messages everywhere. Why? Because they want you poking your nose in every single thing to be confused even more. So the Vatican, the signs, and the sign, which goes into psychology and manipulation. Pseudoscience, meaning false knowledge. Pharmaceuticals, what you eat affects your body. You have smoke alarms. There are ionized charged batteries. They have radiation in it. That stuff is bad for you. You get filtered water that's ionized, which is eating away your insides. That's not the right water to drink. So we're giving you the current events. Congress is making laws to what? To not give you the full access to this information, to the internet, which is how the so-called white man is going to bring FEMA camps, martial law, world economic collapse. He owns everything. He has the head start. You other nations and Jake, 2/3 is simple as hell. All he has to do is sit back and starve you. And you're going to submit to this goddamn cracker demon. And then the Most High God is going to bring Yahweh Shai and then bring fire and brimstone on America, Babylon the Great. We are the Israelites. We are in America, Babylon the Great. Great Millstone, Hebrew Israelite camp has 100% truth. IUIC, ISUPK, Sakari. They have a 501c3 tax exempt status, like your local Christian, Catholic pastor. So the other nations are at ease because you can still do particular things in America, Babylon the Great. But the Lord is going to ante up this economic downturn. But you have things like inflation, deflation, the prices of food going up and then going back down. These are all games to set you up to prepare you for the New World Order, which is not going to come to pass. The Rothschilds, the wicked elite, they're going to go into captivity. You goddamn devils will pay. You have blood on your hands. Most of God will destroy you. 2/3 will take the RFID chip. the nations will see the second coming of the Black Messiah, Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach. We call Jesus Christ, the holy angels. All these things, we are living in biblical times. The ancient names are now being declared. The end is being made manifest. By who? Great Millstone, Hebrew Israelite camp. You wicked elite can eat a dick. First Corinthians chapter 8, verse 1. Now, as touching things offered unto idols, know that we all have knowledge. Knowledge puffeth up, but charity edifieth. Verse 4, as concerning therefore the eating of those things that are offered in sacrifice unto idols, know that an idol is nothing in the world, that there is none other God but one. Verse 7, however, there is not in every man that knowledge, or some with conscience of the idol to this hour eat it as a thing offered to an idol. But their conscience being weak is defiled. So this is what Jacob is doing. The Gentiles, which are the same nation as the nation of Israel, they were sitting in the idol's temple. They thought there was no means and no way out. But then you had Paul, the apostle, through his ministry, bringing back the Gentiles. So he never said you can willfully sin. He was like he said in his epistles, to a Jew I became a Jew, to a Greek I became as a Greek, in order to bring back the Gentiles. So Jake was in a Gentile state of mind, sitting in the temple, not knowing a thing in the world, until through the ministry and Paul the apostle setting up these various churches, he showed that, look, you have grace, you're able to come back, but you have to be built up first. This is the ministry that we're pushing, to build up the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans in the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So like I said, Chi Psi Stigma, signs, lying wonders, the three spirits, like which is the dragon, Data EU. All these things should add up when you're building on the doctrine, which is of Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai. When you're bringing out and dividing the words of the Most High God, in righteousness and in truth. Verse 9, Lord, take heed, lest by any means this liberty of yours becomes a stumbling block to them that are weak. For if any man see thee which has knowledge, sit at meat in the idol's temple, shall not the conscience of him which is weak be emboldened to eat those things which are offered to idols. So just like today, we don't have particular control over how food is made. So you can go to the East Indians food, get some masala, but they make it according to their way. They make it consecrated to their idols. So because we eat it, it does not defile us. The defiling comes through the worshiping of the idol. This is what Sakari, Tikkun Hakai, and that camp was not rightfully expounding on. We're not explaining that. Things like the RFID chip is a mark of the beast. We are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. Great Millstone, Hebrew Israelite camp is giving you the 100% truth. not IUIC, not ISUPK, Sakari, that's Great Mill Stone, Hebrew Israelite Camp. It's lucky I say that because I want to keep them to the passing mind. Here now, Great Mill Stone. So this is why he said, for any man, if any man see thee which has knowledge, say that meat at the idol's temple shall not be conscious of him which is weak, be emboldened to eat those things which are offered unto idols. Because you had super Hebrews back then, Pharisees, over righteous men. But they never understood the law, their own law that said that Most High God would call back his people. That just went over their heads. So Paul the Apostle was talking about them. It says, through thy knowledge shall the weak brother perish, for whom Christ died, Hamashiach, meaning the Gentile that is being called back. That needs to be weaned by the word. Because it's not about meat, it's not going to condemn you. But you're not to sin willfully. Plus, the Greeks, the Romans offered particular sacrifices, which was swine most of the time. It's not talking about sitting at the idol's temple, eating unclean food. Paul the Apostle was not saying that. Paul the Apostle was talking about clean foods, not shrimp, crab, and lobster, which defiles you. That's Great Mill Stone, Hebrew Israelite Camp, that is giving you 100% truth. We are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. The RFID chip is a mark of the beast. Revelation 13:16 says he calls it both small and great, rich and poor, to receive a mark in the right hand or in their forehead. We are in America, Babylon the Great. We are the 12 tribes of Israel, which consists of the so-called Black, Hispanic, Native Americans. So what is the order in these modern days? Is that there's a remnant being called back to preach the word. Return to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, via grace, via the word going out, and so on and so forth. And this is what Sakari doesn't mention, 1 Corinthians 8:13. Wherefore, if me maketh my brother to offend, I will eat no flesh while the world standeth, lest I make my brother to offend. So we said if it offends someone, for example, today in another sect or camp, and you're sitting there side by side, then don't eat it for his sake. This is how the Gentiles were supposed to be brought in. By not creating an offense, by showing them that you have grace, which ultimately they were supposed to receive that understanding. It's not going to happen right away. You're not going to automatically keep the law to the best of your ability and understand grace and understand the breakdowns. You got to get weaned in this thing. So this is what the Holy Bible is about, coming from martial law, FEMA camps, World War III, world economic collapse, central bank digital currencies. That's Great Mill Stone, Hebrew Israelite Camp, that is giving you 100% knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that has been hidden for over 2,000 years. We are in America, Babylon the Great. We are the Israelites that the the Bible speaks of. That's Great Millstone, Hebrew Israelite camp. That is giving you the understanding that is being declared in these last days. The Most High God's name is Yahweh. It's not Jehovah, it's not Yahuwah, it's Yahweh, Bashem. Using the name in the ancient Hebrew tongue, Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach is who you call Jesus Christ. It's not Yeshua, it's not Yahushua, it's Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach. Leviticus 19:4. Turn ye not unto idols, or make yourselves more than gods. I am the Lord your God. Leviticus 19:11. You shall not steal, neither deal falsely, neither lie one to another. You shall not swear by my name falsely, neither thou shalt profane the name of thy God. I am Yahweh. Thou shalt not defraud thy neighbor, neither rob him. The wages of him that is hired shall not abide with thee all night to the morning. Leviticus 19:15. You shall do no unrighteousness with judgment. Thou shalt not respect the person of the poor, nor honor the person of the mighty. But in righteousness thou shalt judge thy neighbor. Leviticus 19:16. Thou shalt not go up and down as a talebearer among thy people. Neither shalt thou stand against the blood of thy neighbor. I am the Lord. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor, and not suffer sin on him. Thou shalt not avenge or bear any grudge against the children of thy people. But thou shalt know thy neighbor as thyself. I am the Lord. And so on and so forth. Just like the book of Jeremiah says, that it was never about the carnal sacrifices, but obeying the voice of Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai. So if there was another Jerusalem council, we would say the same things that Paul the Apostle, the prophets, and the prophets say. Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach. We're going to build up the remnant, just like Paul the Apostle built up these churches to edify, not be puffed up with knowledge. Like the scriptures say, the idol is nothing. Many voices are coming to the world, many understandings. Why our elders and pastors, Great Millstone, they say, if your family invites you to Easter, then go. If you want to go and just eat the food and edify them with some precepts, you can do that. Or if you go to the East Indian store, buy some food from the East Indian, and the idol, his idol standing, is set up there, and that's fine. But when you're partaking in sacrificing to an idol, you're in sin, going off. Titus chapter 1, verse 15. So this is what's written to come to pass. In America, Babylon the Great, martial law, FEMA camps, World War III, world economic collapse, central bank, digital currencies. Here are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. The RFID chip is a mark of the beast. Great millstone, Hebrew Israelite camp, is giving you the 100% understanding that has been hidden for over 2,000 years. The ancient names of the various nations. The Most High God's name, His only begotten Son, Yahweh. It's not Jehovah, not Yahuwah, it's Yahweh. Hashem means in the name, Yahweh Shai, Hamashayak is who you call Jesus Christ. Titus 1 and 15. Titus 1 and 15. Unto the pure, all things are pure. But unto them that are defiled and unbelieving is nothing pure. But even their mind and conscience is defiled. They profess that they know God, but in works they deny Him, being abominable and disobedient to every good work, reprobate. So Sakari, Deacon Hakah, their conscience is already defiled because they don't believe Apostle Paul's writings are canon. They say the various accounts of, like for example, Gospel of Mark, it's not canon. That they have different accounts. That Mark is a second-hand witness. Their conscience is already defiled. They don't understand scriptures. They don't point the fact that there's things sold in the shambles today that we still go to other nations for the want of all things. Like it says in Deuteronomy chapter 28. They profess to know Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, but in works they deny Him. So this is what the Holy Bible is about: the coming of martial law, FEMA camps, World War III, world economic collapse, central bank, digital currencies, Great millstone, Hebrew Israelite camp. It's giving you the 100% truth. The RFID chip is a mark of the beast. Martial law, FEMA camps, all these things are coming to America, Babylon the Great. We are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of, the 12 tribes of Israel, Great millstone, Hebrew Israelite camp. Started with other apostles of harm on down. Our elders have been laboring decades upon decades upon decades in the word of the Lord. St. John chapter 8, verse 4. They say unto him, Master, this woman was taken in adultery in the very act. Now Moses and the law commanded us that such should be stoned. What sayest thou? This they said, tempting him, that they might have to accuse him. But Yahushua stooped down, with his fingers wrote on the ground, as he had heard them not, meaning Yahushua was writing their offenses on the ground as they accused the woman of adultery, because he knew their mind. And what did he say? St. John 8:7. But when they continued asking him, he lifted up himself and said unto them, He that is without sin among you, let him first cast a stone at her. So you other camps, Sakari, Deacon Hakai, you're not without sin. Chief Priest Alazar, because everything is defiled. You go to the restaurant, even if they serve you kosher food, they cook other types of food on those same utensils. According to the law, those utensils were already defiled. The oven in which the vessel in which it was cooked. So you're not innocent. Deacon Hakai, Sakari, Great Mill Stone, Hebrew Israelite camp. We're the ones giving you 100% understanding. We are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. The 12 tribes of Israel. We are in America, Babylon the Great. Our RFID chip is the mark of the beast. Revelation 13:16 says he calls us both small and great, rich and poor to receive, mark in the right hand with their foreheads. St. John 8:8, and again, he stooped down and rolled on the ground. They which heard it, being convicted by their own conscience, went out, one by one, beginning at the eldest, even unto the last. Yahushua was left alone, the woman standing in the midst. St. John 8:10, when Yahushua had lifted up himself and saw none but the woman, he said unto her, Woman, where are those thine accusers? Hath no man condemned thee? She said, No, no man, Lord. Yahushua said unto her, Neither do I condemn thee. Go and sin no more. So they forgot the point about grace, about the fact that we fell to a Gentile state of mind, that we would be able to return to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua in these last days. But like Deacon Hakai, like the Sakari camp, their conscience is defiled. 2/3. They think they're lost in the world. They think it's over. Just because they converted to a false religion. It's not over till the fat lady sings, like they say. So this is what the edicts that were given out according to the word, according to what our elders and apostles, the Great Millstone, have said, according to the value of the book. Great Millstone, Hebrew Israelite camp. This is what's coming to America, Babylon the Great. The RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast. Great Millstone, Hebrew Israelite camp. We are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. So-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, as well as the confusion of face. This is the mystery of the Gentiles, that we look like other nations. The Most High God's name is Yahweh. It's not Jehovah, it's not Yahuwah, it is Yahweh. Yahweh. Hashem means in the name, Yahweh Shai, Hamashayak, so you call Jesus Christ. Not Yahushua, not Yeshua, Yahweh Shai, Hamashayak. Not Hamashiach, Hamashayak. So grace was a part of Yahweh Shai's ministry as well. able to return. The 2/3 are not going to get it. These other false pastors, they might get it, but they're not teaching the right thing because they took a gift. The gift destroys the heart. They sold out. Which is why the book of Revelation says that what? You have tried those that say that they are apostles, but they are not, but have been found liars. Paul the apostle said, even Satan is transformed us into a minister of light. Shortly paraphrasing. This is what these men have transformed themselves via selling out to the so-called white man, Esau, Edom, the devil the Bible speaks of. So this is what's coming to America, Babylon the Great Awakening of the remnant of God's chosen people. 2/3 of the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans will be coerced to taking the RFID chip, which is a mark of the beast. Those that are Israelites, according to the Holy Bible, the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, Great Millstone, Hebrew Israelite camp, is giving you the 100% truth. Not IUIC, not ISUPK, Sakari, that's Great Millstone, Hebrew Israelite camp. I've never seen so many damn trucks in my life. You goddamn devils gotta pay. Esau, Edom, the other nations. The Most High God is going to bring World War III. It's going to scorch the earth. Jacob's trouble is coming. Martial law, FEMA camps. That great accusation against God's chosen people. What this Iraq says that one must have an excellent spirit. Because when you're embittered, right, that's when you start to get the wrinkles, start to go off. Health is wealth, but also you gotta have an excellent spirit. That's how your immune system works. When you're embittered, when you're always in a low state, your immune system is not properly functioning. Your body isn't properly healing itself. This is Matthew chapter 12, verse 4. Verse 3. But he said unto them, have you not read what David did when he was hungry, and that they were with him, how he entered into the house of God, and did eat the true bread, which was not lawful for him to eat, neither for them which were with him, but only for the priests? Or have you not read in the law how that on the Sabbath days the priests in the temple profane the Sabbath and are blameless? Because they had to handle, even during the Sabbath, there's particular sacrifices. The morning sacrifice, the evening sacrifice. This is why Deacon Hakah does not get it, because he doesn't know the law. You false pastors don't get it, because you sold out. They don't mention these accounts because they want you to keep hearing the same precept package. The same gimmicks. Like IUIC, they always get on the small hats. And I watch it sometimes to get excited. When they call out these goddamn devils. So this is what the Holy Bible is about. Coming on martial law, FEMA camps, World War III, world economic collapse. We are the Israelites the Bible speaks of. Great Millstone, Hebrew Israelite camp, give you the 100% truth. Not IUIC, not ISUPK, Sakari, the Great Millstone, Hebrew Israelite Camp. Verse 6, but I say unto you that in this place is one greater than the temple. Verse 7, but if ye had not known what this meaneth, I will have mercy and not sacrifice. You had not condemned the guiltless. You would have not condemned the guiltless. So Yahushua was cutting them with the precepts, which is what we do. Rebuke, reprove, exhort with all long suffering and doctrine. Read them by the word, bring them back to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. In righteousness and in truth. And maybe sometimes watch IUIC to get off when they talk about the small hats. So this is what's written to come to pass. Thermonuclear fire on America, Babylon the Great. We are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. Great Millstone, Hebrew Israelite Camp. We'll give you the 100% truth. You can find us Matthew 22 and 9 on highways and byways, YouTube. The so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans are God's chosen people. 12 tribes of Israel. 2/3 of the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans will be coerced into taking the RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast. Martial law is coming to America, Babylon the Great, FEMA camps, world economic collapse, central bank, digital currencies. All these things are written to come to pass in these last days in America, Babylon the Great. Matthew 12:7, verse 8. Matthew 12:8, for the Son of Man is Lord even on the Sabbath day. Which Yahushua is that sacrifice that he offered up to the nation of Israel. Like I read in the book Hosea, in the beginning of the camp, the praise of our lips. That's how Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua via the mouth of babes. He's going to perfect his praise. The word will go out. The doctrine being expounded on. The etiquettes being given out, starting with our elders and apostles, the Great Millstone. While they're stuck on the sacrifice, the whole sacrifice thing, you have books like the book of Jeremiah chapter 8, saying it's never about sacrifice, but obey my voice. And we're not telling anyone to bow to an idol. If you do that, you're going to be destroyed. Plain and simple. But these men act like they have control over what they buy, what they purchase to consume. These are the points that Paul the Apostle was making. That there were particular things that were prepared a particular way and were defiled. The doctrine of Balaam. They are basically Balaam creating stumbling blocks, these other camps. Jezebel, like it says in the book of Revelation, but you have particular women that are in churches teaching, but they're not supposed to be teaching. They're not supposed to be teaching. We have another doctrine, like the Nicolaitans, to cause Jake to eat food sacrificed to idols, and so on and so forth. So this is what the Holy Bible is about. coming of martial law, FEMA camps, World War III, world economic collapse, central bank, digital currencies. Yahweh is his name, the Most High God, not Jehovah, not Yahuwah, Yahweh. Vashem means in the name, the ancient Hebrew tongue. Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach is who you call, Jesus Christ. It's not Yeshua, not Yahushua, it's Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach. Great Millstone, Hebrew Israelite camp. Look us up on YouTube. We're on the highways and byways. Matthew 12 and 10, and behold, there was a man which had his hand withered. And they asked him, saying, is it lawful to heal on the Sabbath days, that they might accuse him? He said unto them, what man shall there be among you that shall have one sheep, and if it fall into a pit on the Sabbath day, will he not lay hold on it and lift it out? How much then is a man better than a sheep? Wherefore it is lawful to do well on the Sabbath days. So they missed again the whole point. You're supposed to not suffer sin upon your neighbor. You're supposed to rebuke your neighbor in the proper way, according to the proper order. The guideline that is inscribed in the law. Yahweh Shai said, have salt among yourselves. It's what you do to help a wound. You put salt on it. Just a little bit. Mark chapter 2, verse 27. He said unto them, the Sabbath was made for man, and not man for the Sabbath. Therefore the Son of Man is Lord also of the Sabbath. So the whole idea of the Sabbath was for one to rest, to be rejuvenated, to be refreshed. So this is what these men are doing. Turning the Lord's ministry to a day of making merchandise of the people, pushing their gimmicks, saying the Apostle Paul is not canon, yet they use his writings. They're not telling you about the RFID chip, which is a mark of the beast. They're not telling you the Most High God's name, His only begotten Son, great millstone, Hebrew Israelite camp, is giving you the 100% truth. Not IUIC, ISUPK, Sakari, they have what's called a 501c3 tax exempt contract with the so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of. World War III is coming to America, Babylon the Great, martial law, FEMA camps, world economic collapse, central bank digital currencies. The Most High God, His name is Yahweh. It's not Jehovah, not Yahuwah, it's Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shai Hamashiach is who you call Jesus Christ. 2/3 of the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans will be coerced into taking the RFID chip. We're going to perish in the time of martial law, FEMA camps, World War III, world economic collapse, central bank digital currencies. These are the things written to come to pass according to the Holy Bible. Colossians chapter 2, verse 16. Let no man therefore judge you to eat or drink, or respect of an holy day, or of the new moon, or the Sabbath days, which are a shadow of things to come, but the body is of Hamashiach. So we can tell you when is the Sabbath day, which is according to the moon. We can tell you about the RFID chip, break down the number of the beast, which is 666. We can tell you can attend a family gathering of Easter, hoping maybe you can bring them in to the truth. Rightly dividing the words of Yahweh, Hashem Yahweh Shai. So this is what's coming to America, Babylon the Great. Martial law, FEMA camps, World War III, world economic collapse, central bank digital currencies, great millstone, Hebrew Israelite camp is giving you the 100% truth. Non-camps like IUIC, ISUPK, Sakari. We are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of, the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, as well as those that look like other nations, because we are mingled amongst other nations as well. This is what these other camps are not telling you. These false pastors and these other Hebrew Israelite camps, they're not telling you that as well. They're not breaking down the prophetic word correctly as it is written. It says St. Matthew chapter 7, verse 6. Give not that which is holy unto the dogs, neither cast your pearls before swine, lest they trample them under their feet, turn again and rend you Verse 3, and why beholdest thou the mote that is in thy brother's eye, but considerest not the beam that is in thine own eye? Meaning the hypocrisies of these other camps, their offenses, which are not, they're not acknowledging it. Like I said, there's particular vessels that have to be destroyed if they're used and they're unclean to use after they're defiled by unclean foods. So you can go to the restaurant and ask for lawful food, but you got to destroy that vessel. They're using the same vessels to cook clean and unclean food. You're not keeping the Sabbath day to a T. You're not keeping the law perfectly. So this is what the scriptures say, that the RFID chip is a mark of the beast. Great millstone, Hebrew Israelite camp is giving you the 100% truth. We are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. The so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans. 2/3 of you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans will be coerced into taking the RFID chip. Will perish in the time of martial law, FEMA camps, World War III, world economic collapse, central bank, digital currencies. Who can but prophesy? The answer is the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans. Give you the volume of the book, the breakdown of the prophetic word, things that are written to come to pass in these latter days. Matthew chapter 7, verse 6. Job chapter 8, verse 8. For I inquire, I pray thee, all the former age, prepare thyself to the search of their fathers. So that's what we're doing. We're inquiring on the former age, bringing these various accounts, lining them up with the precepts, calling out the false pastors, giving you the current events. Great Millstone, Hebrew Israelite camp. It's giving you the true understanding that is going out. We're telling you about things like the RFID chip, the coming of martial law, FEMA camps, World War III, world economic collapse, central bank digital currencies. We are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of, so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans. 2/3 of you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans will be coerced and be taken the RFID chip. You're going to perish in the time of martial law, FEMA camps, and world economic collapse. So you're going to get caught up in the draft. You're going to see more store closures, more false, more fear tactics being used against you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans. More lies, more deception. Great Millstone, Hebrew Israelite camp. We can give you the full understanding that's going out in these last days. All these things that are written in the prophetic word, written to come to pass according to the Holy Bible. Revelation 18:23. And the light of a candle shall shine no more at all indeed. And the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all indeed. thy merchants were the great men of the earth, for by thy sorceries were all nations deceived. What does it say in the book of Job? Or Habakkuk? That clay, through that clay which is debt, he heaps up that debt, which is really to work against the other nations and the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American, because they have the head start. They own everything. They're just watching. They're going to starve you out into the New World Order to bring the RFID chip. So 2/3 are not going to have that faith like these false pastors. They're not pushing faith. They're not pushing the law according to how it is written. Great Millstone, Hebrew Israelite Camp, give you the 100% understanding that is going out these latter days. The RFID chip is a mark of the beast. Martial law, FEMA camps, World War III, World Economic Collapse, central bank, digital currencies. All these things are ready to come to pass according to the Holy Bible. Thermonuclear fire, which is coming to America, Babylon the Great. Meanwhile, you got IUIC prophesying barbershops. Sakari still using their gimmicks, making merchandise of the people. ISUPK having their lavish Passovers, bragging in the fact that they prepared their Passover lamb and it's hand selected and bred. Personally bred. But Yahushua said, for those who justify yourselves amongst men, what's highly esteemed amongst men is an abomination to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. So you have Great Millstone, which are the grunts, the bum camp, prophesying in the word. And we will continue to do so, Lord willing. So through that paper money, that's used as a weapon. The propaganda, this technology. We got cameras all of a sudden everywhere. You got the damn street lights bright as hell. You know they're preparing for something. Why are you building in an economic downturn? Why do the lights all of a sudden they turn red quick as hell? Because these are set up that way. Just like the propaganda that's going out by these false pastors, by Esau Edom, putting little messages in their newscasts. So you got simple ass Jake going into every single video and trying to listen for something. It's not how it works. The Lord said, obey my voice, which is the word going out. The words of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. That's Great Millstone, Hebrew Israelite Camp. You can find us on YouTube, Matthew 22:9, prophesying in America, Babylon the Great, about the coming of the RFID chip, martial law, FEMA camps, world economic collapse, central bank, digital currencies, the mystery of the Gentiles, that we look like other nations as well. 2/3 of you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans will be coerced into taking the RFID chip. You're going to perish in time of martial law, FEMA camps, world economic collapse, central bank, digital currencies. When all hell breaks loose, you're going to have 2/3 scrambling to get the words of the Lord. That great accusation is coming. The government is watching. Those in the military saying that they're in cults. So that spirit that is being pushed out is dissension. That's how these enchantments work. You got the nations being simple as hell too. You got Jake following right along like a damn sheep. If the blind lead the blind, they're gonna fall in that ditch. They're gonna fall to that depth. They're gonna fall to the RFID chip. They're gonna be ensnared in these other philosophies. And so on and so forth. Via paper money, via editing the creation, via chemtrails, chemicals in your food, everything's defiled. We need grace, we need salvation from Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Scriptures say no flesh will be saved unless the Lord intervenes. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and talk to proverb against him, and say, go to him and increase of that which is not his, how long? To him that let himself with thick clay. The book of Job says the hand of the laborer shall be upon them. Meaning that debt. You're going to fall to the debt. You're going to fall to false doctrine, philosophies of men. You're going to stumble on the words of the Lord, like it says in the book of Isaiah. You're going to stumble and fall backward. Which is talking about the curses, but it's also talking about falling into pseudoscience, deception. So these are the many ways to keep you distracted. You forgot your keys, you forgot this, that. That's how these philosophies work. They'll have you thinking that you're doing something, or that the Lord is calling you. These are spirits of devils working miracles, like you see in the mainstream media, YouTube, pop culture, seducing spirits. Them GMOs, Jake loves that GMO food. You don't realize those things affect your body. You got certain chemicals that you can use sulfates to help get rid of those chemicals. You have filters, carbon filters, that help to filter the air, which is how they live in places like China. And there's so much pollution. Drink plenty of water. Things that you breathe breathe some smoke. It's these things go into your bloodstream. Breathe in, spill some bleach, and you breathe that in. That stuff stays in your system. These are the enchantments that are going out. And it's clear that America, Babylon the Great will fall. You have all of a sudden everything's gives you heartburn. Why is everything all of a sudden spicy? These are the things that you have to watch out for, including those of your own house, like Yahweh Shai spoke about, and so on and so forth. So with that, giving all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, Bashem Rakak Kadash, double honors to the elders and apostles, the great millstone. Lord willing to gratify, Kwam Yashala, Shalom. Father Paul, Shalom.